our distinguished speakers, and all the participants who have travelled from various places to be here. I request Dr. Manjunath, Convener, Assistant Professor, Department of Studies and Research in Geography, KSOU Mysuru, to take all the dignitaries on the dais. Over the next 6 days, we will engage in hands-on training session, expect lectures and interactive discussions that will empower you to apply QGIS in meaningful ways. To begin this event on an auspicious note, I now invite Dr. Priyadashini NR, Assistant Professor, Department of Studies and Research in Environment Science, to lead us in the invocation.
Gam Ganapate Namaha, Gam Ganapate Namaha, Gam Ganapate Namaha. Lambodara Lakumikara, Ambasuta Amara Vinuta, Lambodara Lakumikara. Shri Gananata Sinduravana, Karuna Sagara Karivadana. Shri Gananata Sinduravana, Karuna Sagara Karivadana. Lambodara Lakumikara, Ambasuta Amara Vinuta, Lambodara Lakumikara. Siddhacharana Gana Sevita, Siddhi Vinayakate Namo Namo. Siddhacharana Gana Sevita, Siddhi Vinayakate Namo Namo. Lambodara Lakumikara, Ambasuta Amara Vinuta, Lambodara Lakumikara. Sakala Vidya Adi Pujita, Sarvottamate Namo Namo. Sakala Vidya Adi Pujita, Sarvottamate Namo Namo. Lambodara Lakumikara, Ambasuta Amara Vinuta, Lambodara Lakumikara. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Now I request Dr. Chandrasekhara YP, Organizing Secretary and Chairman, Department of Studies and Research in Geography, KSOU Mysuru, to deliver the preamble of the workshop and extend the welcome address.
Ellarigu namaskara. It's honor and privilege to welcome you all. Good morning, everyone. Before welcoming address, dignitaries on the dais and of the dais, why QGIS as in important? Firstly, it is free. You need not to pay anything for download. No initial fees, no recurring fees, nothing. Secondly, it is liberty. So you have a freedom to work anywhere, any website. Thirdly, it is constantly developing. Anyone can add new features. And fourth one is, it is extensive help and use documentation. When you are struck at the time of using QGIS, there is use available documentation. You have the rights to edit and incorporate new things. But QGIS, it's not constant. It is a dynamic. Therefore, in this context, we are organizing the QGIS, the 6-day national workshop on QGIS. This is widely used for the researchers, professionals, and those who are managed the environmental management and urban management, etc. So, for today's the inauguration functions of the 6 days national workshop, first and foremost, our guest, Professor Dr. Ashok Hanjagi, Chairman, Department of Geography and Geoinformatics, Bangalore University, Bangalore. Even his busy schedule, just when I called phone, just he accepted our invitation. So tomorrow, so they going to conduct the seminar. Sir, even your busy schedule, you are accepted our invitation and here to keynote address. So, behalf of organizing committee from the Karnataka State Open University and participant side, heartily and warm welcome you, sir. Due to busy schedule, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Sharanappa V. Alse, unable to attend the functions. So in absentia, so I would welcome to him. And one more our guest, Professor Arun Das, Chairman, Department of Studies in Geography. So he presents here to share the few words from the Qgis organizing committee and from the participants and from the Karnataka State Open University. I welcome you, sir. In few minutes, Registrar will come and attend the function. So, and one more, Professor Lakshmi, Dean Academic, also presents here. Madam, even your busy schedule, you are attending our inaugural functions. So, behalf of the organizing committee and from the Karnataka State Open University, and from the participant side, I welcome you, madam. Dr. Manjunath, CS, Assistant Professor in Department of Geography and convener of 6 days national workshop on Qgis. I would also welcome him. And off the dais, respected Chandrasekhar, B. Chandrasekhar from the University of Mysore and Sushant from the JSS College and from Dr. Soumya is here. I extend welcome to you all also. And media persons are also present to diffuse our this inaugural functions. So you are also welcome, sir. And core of the Qgis program Qgis program are participants, and also from the Department of Geography and from the Karnataka State Open University, I welcome you all and to great success of your workshop. And teaching and non-teaching faculty of our university are also here, and also I extend my hearty welcome to you all. And then audio and video photographers are also here. Siddhegoda is arrived. I also welcome him. Okay. Thank you, Ananda.
Watering a plant during an inaugural event symbolizes nurturing, growth, and the hope for a flourishing future. It serves as a living reminder of the milestone and creating a tangible connection to the beginning of a journey. This act promotes sustainability, highlights the importance of preserving nature, reflects values of humility and gratitude towards our Mother Earth. By incorporating this meaningful gesture, the event is elevated with themes of growth, responsibility, and environmental consciousness. This small act of watering a plant is a reminder that growth begins with nurturing even the smallest of seeds. Thank you all for the thoughtful gesture. Moving on, it's time to introduce highlight of today's event, our esteemed keynote speaker for today, Professor Ashok D. Hanjagi, Dean, Faculty of Science, Chairman, Department of Geography, Bangalore University. To give us a brief introduction, I invite Dr. Manjunath.
It is an honor to introduce Dr. Ashok D. Hanjagi, an eminent scholar and a distinguished academician with over 27 years of teaching and research experience. Dr. Hanjagi currently serving as the Senior Professor and Chairman of the Department of Geography and Geoinformatics at Bangalore University. He is also the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Director of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation Board, and also a member of Academic Council at the Bangalore University. Dr. Hanjagi has published 67 research papers in reputed national and international journals and has completed 7 major projects funded by ISRO, UGC and Bangalore University. He has guided 17 PhD scholars to completion, with 8 more under his mentorship, along with 2 postdoctoral fellows. Dr. Hanjagi's expertise is widely acknowledged, as seen in his role as Editor-in-Chief of prestigious journals, Geographical Analysis and GeoEye. He is also the President of Union of Geographic Information and Technologists, UGIT, and the Coordinator for the UGC SAP DRS Second Program. He has delivered over 125 keynote addresses and has been a resource person at numerous workshops and conferences. His significant contribution include chairing the NEP 2020 Syllabus Framing Committee for Geography and Geoinformatics in Karnataka and serving as a member of Karnataka State Water Policy Committee. Dr. Hanjagi is an expert on environmental and geographical issues, frequently sharing his knowledge and insights on critical topics through regional and national television channels. He has addressed pressing issues such as climate change, earthquakes, cyclones, melting glaciers, solar eclipse, and the impact of natural disaster, thereby contributing to public awareness and understanding. Dr. Hanjagi's exemplary contribution to academia and research have been widely recognized, earning him several prestigious awards. Notable among them is the Australian Endeavour Executive Award, presented by the Government of Australia for his outstanding academic and research achievements, and the UK Commonwealth Fellowship, awarded for his exceptional contribution to research and higher education. We are privileged to have him here today. Look forward for his valuable insights. Thank you.
Thank you for the insightful introduction, Dr. Manjunath. Now we are all eager to hear from our keynote speaker, whose expertise and experience will surely inspire and enrich us. Without a further ado, let's move on to the next level of our event. I am honored to invite Professor Ashok D. Hanjagi to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much for my introduction to the August gathering in KSOU. On the occasion, the dignitaries on the dais, Professor Arun Das, Chairman, Department of Geography, Mysore University, Professor Lakshmi Ma'am, Dean, KSOU, Professor Dr. Manjunath, Dr. Chandrasekhar, and Professor Chandrasekhar, Senior Professor from Department of Geography, Dr. Sushant Sawant, resource person, and other participants coming from various disciplines and various places of India. First of all, let me thank the KSOU and Department of Geography for undertaking this kind of event, training or hands-on workshop to the participants, especially in the area of GIS, open source GIS, that is Qgis, 6 days. It is really most welcome. Such kind of workshops really make all of us more experience or exposurity in the area of map making. Most of geographers, we fail in our duties because unless and until you study the softwares, you study the geographical analysis and assessment, we can't become a good geographer. There is one person, Jimmy Buffett, he says that without geography, we are nowhere. Without geographical knowledge, our journey, life journey, it becomes meaningless. He is not a geographical background. He is a musician, businessman. He is a great singer in the United States of America. But he has a very good knowledge of geography. He says and he sends a message to all Americans that without understanding geography, you cannot become a human being. Your journey of education or your life, it becomes meaningless. So since we all belongs to a geographical background, we must be aware of this, because this code sets emphasizing the importance of geography, also the essence of the geospatial analysis that we need to extract and focus. In this background, I would like to start my keynote address. A geography, most of us, we undertake a lot of, we have conducted lots of interviews for teachers, geography teachers, promoting them first level to second level to third level, or associate professor. I think myself and Professor Chandrasekhar, we were involved. We asked so many questions to our teachers. But most of them, they fail in answering definition of geography. And what is the earth? Earth as a system. Could you please focus over here? Girls, last bench, you have to focus. See, the earth as a system. We always says that earth. But it is not just earth. Earth as a system. Our journey, geographical journey should start like this. Some kind of concepts, definitions, principles, processes. If you don't understand the whole our geographical journey, it becomes totally failures. Earth as a system, why we call it as Earth as a system? Because Earth functions, Earth works as a system. There are many sub-components or sub-systems. They work individually, they also add to the total. An example, atmosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, biospheres. If you study each component or like ocean, big ocean. And again, if you bring all together, they have amalgamated or interconnected in such a way that the whole earth is a functioning. It is alive. It moves around the earth, around the sun. It moves around its axis. And we have various seasons. We have a winter season, summer season, winter season, summer season. Prior to summer season, we call it as a spring, and prior to winter, we call it as a autumn. The various seasons are happening. And we have a winds formation. Winds, the generation of force, one of the climatical force. And we have the forces generated inside the earth. We call it as a convectional force that makes whole earth active. All the continents, all the plates, geological or lithospheric, they move. Of course, not in a big speed. Very negligible. You can't understand that. Even we are rotating, you never notice. An example, we are standing in a KSOU, in this small seminar hall. But after 24 hours, you see what is happening. You take one round, big round. After 24 hours, you come back where you are positioned. Earth, it rotates around its axis. We are moving around. See, there are the huge forces, the force acting outside the earth's surface and forces acting inside the earth. The force acting inside the earth, we call it as a tectonic force. The forces acting from the inside the earth, tectonic force, convectional currents, something like that. Then forces acting outside the earth, we call it as some kind of radiation, temperature released by sun. If these forces are not acting regularly, what happens? You just think. The sun's radiation It makes atmosphere to come to being. The inside the earth that makes all the plates to move. Inside force, outerior force. See, based on this whole earth, we call it as terrain, landscapes. We also call it as the topo map, the prepared by Survey of India. Landscapes are physical features. These physical features are not happened in a day. They were created long ago. And continuously they are under change. Why they are under change? Because these two forces are making them change. The first force is inside the earth. The structure will be created due to that. Once a structure is created above their surface, then outerior force, it starts removing them, modifying them, changing them. That's why we have a beautiful pictures on the earth surface. Wherever you go, if you go to America or in India, northern mountains, the picturesque topographic features. If you go to America, especially Grand Canyon, it is another wonders of the world, geological wonders. How that the Colorado River has carved those gorgeous Grand Canyons. And if you come down to many features like the Victoria Falls, Angel Falls, Niagara Falls, our Joga Falls, Gogak Falls, these are all faults created. See, that means whenever we see on the earth surface all kind of features, we have a mountains, we have a hills, we have a coast, we have a fjords, we have a coastal area, we have deserts, we have a valleys, we have a peaks, we have a plain areas. There are so many landscape topographical features which are created by the forces that are acting upon the earth surface. There are so many agents also. So understanding this is the most important. The processes, what kind of processes? We can call it as a geomorphic processes, or geological processes, or ecological processes, environmental processes, climatical processes. These processes, what is a process? Most of teachers, when I ask them in an interview, teachers, they fail to give answer. A process is continuous activity that happens without break, but not necessarily in the same intention or same uniformity. Sometimes it may be more, sometimes it is least, sometimes it is medium, but it is continuous process. Our breathing is a process actually. When this process stops, you are nowhere. Your life comes to an end. The human body and the earth system, you can compare. That means, without understanding these processes, geographical study, you cannot become successful geographer. There is one principle of a Thorne WD. What he says, the same processes are principles that are operating now, were operating in past, but not necessarily with the same intensity. This is one of the principles put forwarded by one of the geologists, Hutton, that is still magnified, given a very good color by Playfair. If you understand this concept, the most of your journey, geographical journey, it becomes very meaningful. All the processes, any kind of processes you take, for an example, photosynthesis is a process. Condensation is a process. And there is a cycle also. There is a big difference between process and cycle. What is a process? I already cleared. What is a cycle? When the number of processes act, and when, an example I am giving you, rock cycle, soil cycle, hydrological cycle. If you take, for example, a hydrological cycle, the water evaporates due to temperature. Evaporated water goes up. Evaporation is a process. Then it goes up and it condenses. Condensation is a process. Then it evaporates, precipitates. Precipitation is a process. Then it falls as a rainfall and flow as a river. River, it's a system. And it again goes to ocean, it joins back to the ocean, from there again it evaporates. So completing one cycle. Within a cycle, you have a processes. Within a cycle, you also have a system. So these process, cycles, systems, if you understand, the geographical journey becomes more clear. These geographical journeys, all kind of processes that are happening, we are here to study that. We are here to study the landscape. We are here to study the terrain. We are here to study the natural features on the earth surface. What is geography then? Geography studies these only. Studying of, it is a science. Geography is a science that deals with physical and cultural phenomena that are distributed on the earth surface. Because these features are not equally distributed, uniformly distributed. They vary from place to place. These varying, these changes, the detection, change detection, all these things we are studying, we are understanding how, why, where it all happens, what rate it is happening, what would be the trend if it continues. All these things, studying traditionally, studying manually, it becomes very difficult. Now we have accepted the technology called remote sensing and GIS. Remote sensing gives a big pictures of the earth surface. You have a n number of remote sensing pictures based on bands, band's width, based on resolution, based on the how many bands you have, like a black and white, multispectral, hyperspectral, and you can also have a softwares. You have a softwares image processing, you have a softwares like the digital mapping. Within that you have various analysis. You can have a topographical analysis, you have a elevation analysis, you can have a coastal studies, you can have a disaster studies, you can have urban analysis, you can have a n number of applications. Within that, QGIS is a one which is open source. It's freely available, it's a downloadable. As Professor Chandrasekhar said, now it is not available freely, you have to pay. Because when the analysis part increases, then it has a more demand. The geographers or environmentalists or geologists or any civil engineers, without understanding digital analysis, without understanding remote sensing, without understanding the basic software, they cannot become a scientist, they cannot become a teacher, they cannot become a good researcher. These days, a coding through Google engine, it's a simple, but if you undergo one workshop, you may get some concepts. And second time if you undergo similar workshop, you can understand. And third workshop if you undergo, then you start analyzing. I am applying Bloom's taxonomy. One is clarity in concepts clarity, second one is understanding, third one is applications. This is what you needed. Only one workshop cannot make you more a resource person or more resourceful. You have to undergo number of workshops. In a similar way, there is a Python which you can add to the remote sensing analysis. Understanding Python, understanding QGIS, understanding AutoCAD mapping, and understanding a basic programs like one Canva has come now. Very simple. I think in a day you can learn that. There are latest applications are coming up, but you should be aware. If you are not aware, then you are stuck there itself. If you are feeding to the students, it may be wrong feeding. Your journey, that is a wrong path. Your goals, you never reach. At the end, if you look back after your retirement, maybe after your success, you cannot call it a success. After your professional completion, if you look back, it is totally incompletion. You cannot be a full-fledged human being. We all call ourselves human being mainly because we serve the society, we serve the community, we serve the education system, we also act as a good human being to the nation. We are all should involved in the nation buildings. In that direction, once you do all these things, but we should prepare grounds. If you prepare a ground, if you learn, if you get all possible technology, information, software, concepts, principle, system, whatever you call, you will become resourceful. Once you become resourceful, nobody can stop you. You will be going straight way. Your goal is almost fulfilled. You can set a number of goals in your life cycle. You can clear them properly. So we should set our goals, set our aims and objectives accordingly. Hope this workshop is a really a meaningful workshop. If you involve, if you focusing is most important. Some of you I'm observing over here, some people are, maybe holding a mobile and working. Some people are talking in between, and some people are not concentrating. This is not a workshop. Workshop should be everything. You become blank. All the activities that you have, mobile, you keep it aside. Some connection, you keep it aside. Talking, you keep it aside. Focusing totally. Learn something. I think this is only basic Qgis, wherein you are learning how to open this software, how to register, how to create a layer, how to digitize, how to make a map, how to make map layout, how to georeference, very basic things. This is a base actually. If a base is created, next workshop you can think to undergo some kind of the application areas. Application areas are most important. So in this direction, I hope one quote I would like to add, Chanavir Kanimi, I believe so. He writes in Kannada, ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಗು. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಗು, ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳಿಯ ವಿಧಿಯ ಸುರಿಯೇ, ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯಾಗು ದೀನ ದುರ್ಮಲರಿಂಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೊಳಗೊಂದಾಗು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು. ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಬದುಕತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ಕಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಇರುವಿಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನ 10 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. 10 ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೇನೋ ಸ್ಕೂಲು, ಕಾಲೇಜು ಅಥವಾ ನೀವೇನು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅವು ಸಹಿತ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಂತ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲು ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು, ನೆರೆಹೊರೆಯವರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಏನು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಹುಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಇರದೇ ಹೋದರೆ ಆ ಬೆಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಳೆನೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗಿರ್ತದೋ, ಈ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ನೆರೆಹೊರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯಾಗಿ ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಇರೋದಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಜೀವನ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಫಾರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕರೆಸಿ ಒಂದು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಕೀನೋಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು, ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೀನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅರುಣ್ ದಾಸ್ ಅವರು, ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಬಿ ಅವರು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Geography is mother of all other subjects. Sir has explained Earth and its system, geological structure. With his mesmerizing explanation, Sir has just shown us the entire world, and picturesque image has arrived in our mind. Sir has explained about the process and what changes has occurred and how their changes can be analyzed and visualized with the help of software such as Qgis, remote sensing and other ArcGIS softwares. Thank you, sir, for your insightful and inspiring keynote address. Your expertise has greatly enhanced our understanding and we truly appreciate the time and effort you have put into sharing your knowledge. We are confident that your words will guide and inspire us throughout this workshop, sir. Thank you.